So Jen, you're definitely gonna have to take this one because my memory is terrible. I actually don't know this story very well. I can't remember it very well.
Check this out. Okay. The year was
Okay.
2013.
Hmm.
It was like BU, formerly known as CUC. It was
Right.
Handshake. And yeah.
All right, handshake. Okay, okay. So that's that event at the beginning of the year. They have all the students come down to the gym,
Yeah.
and it's like a meet and greet. You know, you go around, make new friends, meet people, right? I really like that, by the way. I like that event.
Yeah. And I remember like I'm kind of socially awkward. So I was just I was just standing there by myself for some weird reason. And you came up to me and you said something like, hi, my name's Calissa. What's your name? And I was like, Jandai. And we just started talking and it was comfortable. And like I just knew from that moment that this could be like a long-term friendship because I was just like,
Really?
yes, yes. Because you gave me like this just genuine vibes and I really took to it. So yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. So I would have to say my best memory with you, hands down, has to be our spontaneous road trip from Alberta, Canada to Las Vegas on New Year's, by the way.
Mhm.
Like on New Year's Day. I mean, that was just epic. I love that moment, that whole trip. Best memory with you for sure.
Nothing touches that trip. We literally counted down into the new year and decided let's pack up the car and go. And we went. And like a couple of my favorite moments from that trip was hands down Michael Jackson
The
impersonator.
impersonator?
Yeah. And it was also this moment that you and Scott shared,
All
hubby,
right.
when you were dancing on the bridge, you were slow dancing to your song, and you were in the middle of this crazy busy bridge, and like you were looking at each other like no one else was there. Like
I mean, technically, I pulled him and I'm like, we're doing this. And he's like, no, like he totally was not into it. But
oh,
I'm like, I don't care. I'm having this moment, like with or without you.
I can just picture you there by yourself.
I'm over here trying to have my real life romantic comedy. He's trying to ruin my chance. You feel me? So, like, I think you guys took a video of it and you could actually see him rolling his eyes. Like, you see, this is not how it's supposed to work out. But I mean, at least I did it.
It was like a movie. I felt like I was watching a movie, like in real life, in real time. So her book of Job actually came after we graduated, after we left BU, Berman University. Whoop whoop.
Shout out, shout out.
Hey. So after we left BU, I had like a really, I entered into a tough season in my life. And, I just thought of Job and how he went through so much, but yet he had faith in God. His faith
Mm,
in God remained. And
mm.
because of that, I was like, in this moment, if I were to write a journal right now, I would call it Her Book of Job. And I would talk about, these trials that I'm going through right now, or these trials that I go through life. And it would be a way to have them down on paper. But fun
Yeah.
fact, I actually never wrote that journal.
Mm.
And so this podcast is a way for me to write this journal. And I'm so happy that I get to do that with you.
Well, thank you for inviting me along on a project that's so near and dear to you. It's super intimate, and I love working on this with you. One of my goals, really, for Her Book of Job is for our listeners to be inspired to remain faithful to God in their dark times through their trials. And we know there's been a lot of that going around this last year. And so I just hope that people are inspired to stay faithful. And I also want people to be able to see how God's word connects with their everyday life, connects with pop culture and art. I really want to bring God's word alive in like a fresh way to them. So those are some of my goals with Her Book of Job.
Right. And one of the things that I also thought about that I want to actually pull from this podcast is like I want people to see that you're not alone. There
Yeah.
are other people who are going through similar things that similar going through similar things that you are going through,
Yeah.
and we could help each other. This could be a safe space where we can encourage each other and push forward, just as Job did, and help each other to keep the faith, to keep going.
Absolutely. So, what are y'all waiting for? Go head over to Spotify right now and listen to Her Book of Job, the podcast.
Woo,
Go check it
woo.
out. Go check it out.
Bye, guys.